All right. And so we got a rec today of Boomstick versus Original. They played yesterday. We're going to cast that rec here right now. Division 2 matchup, Tarnished Deathmatch League. Here is the recording of the map draft and civ draft. Let's get this overlay changed. And here is the map draft. Original, aka Zaryab, goes with Savannah. Boomstick goes with Akarai. Lagoon is banned, as we expected. Probably see a lot of land maps from these guys. Both DMers. Top-notch DMers. Boomstick bans the Swamp. Boomstick taking a long time to eventually pick Watershed. Interesting map pick from a DMer. Zaryab goes with Sir Tao, going as close to runestones as he possibly can with his map draft. Boomstick with the BAM on Hyper Random. Zaryab with the block on Thames, and Golden Lakes is going to be the first map that is selected between Boomstick and Zaryab in this Division 2 matchup. Now to the Civ draft. Jara's banned. Japanese are out. Khitans. Lithuanians out. Italians are out. Franks are out. Spanish are gone. Magyars are gone. Portuguese out. Dravidians gone. Sicilians out. Way, you're out. Teutons are out. And Ethiopians are gone. Celts are the first ban for Zaryab, Original. Bohemians out for Boomstick. Koreans gone for Zaryab. Romans gone for Boomstick. Mongols gone. Persians gone. Saracens gone. All the power civs. Zaryab took out all the power civs just like that. I guess Persians, Boomstick didn't want to deal with them. They're a pretty big power civ as well. All the good civs getting banned. Left with all the middle of the pack. Nuclear Pasta doesn't like Japanese being banned. Oh no. What's up, Pasta? And Huns are going to be the last ban for Boomstick. Both players selecting their first pick. Each player gets to draft 7 civilizations. The first 2 civilizations they pick, they can both pick the same civ, so they're going to pick simultaneously. Potential for mirror matchups. It's going to be a best of 5 series where you play all 5, but each player gets to snipe one of the other civs from the other player. So even though they draft 7 civs, they whittle it down to 6 eventually. So you get 6 civilizations with 5 games to play. Both players have selected, and they both go with Slav Berber. Yeah, not many top tier civs left after all these bans. Saracen, Mongol, Korean, Celt, Persian, Bohemian. What's even left in this? Spanish got admin ban, Dravidian got admin ban, Sicilian, Japanese. Cuman's the third pick for Zaryab. Bengali's the third pick for bo0mstik. I feel like we need background music going on while we're doing the civ draft. Bulgarian's the fourth pick here for Boom. Khmer, the fourth pick for Zaryab. Now each player gets to snipe one of the other player's civs. I'd imagine they both snipe Slav from each other. But the potential of having a Berber war at one point with a mirror matchup. bo0mstik taking a while to make his selections. Very methodical. And both snipe Slav, like I predicted. Zaryab's next pick. Chinese on a bunch of land maps. So I guess watershed's out there, so maybe Zaryab's thinking about Chinese for the watershed. The good old watershed. The campiest map in the map pool. bo0mstik waiting to the last second to make his choice. Goes with Jurchens. Ooh, great pick, Jurchens. Surprised they lasted that long. Ooh. Jurchens with those grenadiers. bo0mstik literally milking it to the last second on each one of these picks. I'm sure his games will be like that too. I'm planning on casting Hazi versus Maldahar at 19 GMT, so I'm expecting this to go less than 2 hours. Hopefully bo0mstik doesn't have like a 2-hour game in here somewhere. Malians for Zaryab, Georgians for bo0mstik. Georgians falling late. Damn, I think I would have taken Georgians before Bengalis and Bulgarians. And Jurchens as well. Britain's the last pick for Zaryab. Solid last pick. Probably won't get used, but Britons are a solid 1v1 civ. Not as great in team games, but solid in 1v1. And the Tatars for the final pick. So Zaryab going with the Berbers, Cumans, Khmer, Chinese, Malians, and Britons. bo0mstik with the Berbers, Bengalis, Bulgarians, Jurchens, Georgians, and Tatars. First map is going to be Golden Lakes. And let's get this loaded up. So here's Zaryab and bo0mstik game 1. I'm going to load up Capture Age. Game 1 on Golden Lakes. Capture Age getting loaded up. And bo0mstik in the blue as the Georgians, and Original as the green as the Britons on Golden Lakes. Holy moly, you are now watching Tarnished Deathmatch Season 7, Division 2. bo0mstik versus Original. Scout going forward for Original. See if we can get some Vil picks. I don't quite understand the Britons pick on Golden Lakes, mainly because in this map on Golden Lakes, in the middle of the map, there's tons of gold. But Britons aren't a civilization that typically needs gold. They're a civilization that typically needs wood. And so I definitely like bo0mstik in this initial matchup here with the Georgians going on a more gold-heavy civ so we can get a lot more power units out on the map. So let's see if Zaryab can hold this position with the Britons. And let's see if bo0mstik can take advantage of the map resources. And use the gold to his advantage to get more onagers and Manaspa out to take advantage of the Britons' archery units. Bunch of champions being massed forward for bo0mstik at first, and we got Arbalest and champions on the field for Original. So first engagement around the east rim of the Golden Pit. This map also has 4 lakes in each of the corners, so each of the players can get food. I like playing Persians on this map because of that. Easy access to food right away, and then all the gold in the middle to make a bunch of elephants. bo0mstik going with some early Cav Archer to help out with the archers going against the Britons. Zaryab forced to retreat back closer to his base. Zaryab already with 2 castles up, working on his 3rd and 4th castle forward to establish some position here on the gold. bo0mstik already with the siege rams out, and the siege rams are the weakness for the Britons. Usually when you go that many archers, the siege rams soak up all the shots, making it difficult to push forward. Are difficult to defend against. Both players establishing position. Bunch of siege rams, which are garrisoned, lining up for the Georgians. A little roundabout play here from bo0mstik with these Cav Archer. Don't know what he's expecting to find over here, but he does take the pond in the east. bo0mstik going to try to run around the backside of Zaryab's base. Zaryab getting the quick walls in, but it's Cav Archer, so he's going to get some Vil snipes, but he might be trapped and lose all these Cav Archers on this play. Nope, he's going to be able to escape out the back door and stop any expansion here from Zaryab on the west side of his base. Rams starting to travel in for bo0mstik here. Onagers out for Original. bo0mstik's eyes to pull the Rams back after he sees the onagers. Probably needs some onagers of his own out here. Cav Archers deny the town center on the west part of Original's map for now. But Castle's moving forward. He's going to have his position established on the gold piles. And Original with a nice mass of army. 175 army on the field for Original right now. And bo0mstik's just got a bunch of siege rams waiting. First major engagement to come out. bo0mstik relocating with the Rams. So much army on the field for Original. So many archers shooting everywhere. Let's see if bo0mstik can make a dent. Onagers shooting at each other. Not enough siege onager on the field for bo0mstik yet. All getting sniped down by the longbows of Original and the Britons. Rams coming in from the side here. Going to go through the lower pit And these onagers are going to fire down on top of him. Don't know if he has enough onagers, and he's going to run. bo0mstik's going to run in here with this cav archer, try to snipe these onagers. Manaspa begin to follow up. Still a million arbalists on the field, 77 arbalists, and 32 longbows on the field. Rams do make it to the castle for bo0mstik. Original getting pushed back. bo0mstik expanding to 3 different pawns, 4 different pawns. Britons don't really need the food though, but now Original's army that was at 170 has now been whittled down to 30. bo0mstik sitting with 60 army on the map. Original trying to get another castle up to the west part of his base. Too many siege rams to handle for Zaryab. Original still yet to build this town center on the west part of his base due to these cav archers. Now bo0mstik's push is kind of petered out, and Zaryab still has most of his base. Both players hurting on gold right now, but bo0mstik has plenty of gold miners already making moves. bo0mstik and Original both sitting on about 40 army right now. bo0mstik's got the pop advantage with about 20 more villagers, 60 to 40. A little break after that main engagement. Neither player with enough to push with. bo0mstik has enough maybe to put a dent in this army, but he doesn't have any siege behind him to knock down any of these castles. And Zaryab's got a wall of 4 castles right here before he's going to end this game. Cav archers still being a nuisance in the south part of the map. Zaryab finally expanding to one of the pawns to get some of the food. Still sitting on 6k food, so not in a huge need for that. Gonna need wood here more sooner or later. And these cav archers still coming in to get value. 23 eco KD for bo0mstik at this point. Now he's moved up with his forward army as well. He's got 1 treb out, going to be able to knock down this town center most likely, but not going to be able to get into the body on the castles. Britons is kind of doing what they can to try to build up. I mean, Zaryab needs more on gold as soon as he can. Only 25 gold. Must have spent a bunch of that on onagers, which helped out initially. He needed that for the initial ram push. But lost all of his onagers. And Georgians have too many onagers coming downhill right now. Let's see if we can get a shot on these halbs right here. Not enough longbowmen to snipe and one-shot these onagers. Naspa making some moves forward. And we got a siege tower. Yo, what the... Is that a misclick or is that a 1000 IQ play? 36 eco KD for bo0mstik. Still running around with these cav archers in the back of the base. We got skirmishers on the field now for Zaryab. Finally has some gold eco going on with 50 miners right now, up over 1,000 gold. bo0mstik low on wood, but does have 30 wood choppers to help out with that problem. bo0mstik going down to the bottom side of the pit now, trying to get some shots on the eco for Zaryab. Manaspa running on the halbs and the longbowmen. Run in, run out, run in, run out. Just getting thrashed by these halbs as they do that. You gotta make a decision here, boom. Yeah, boom needs that tower somehow, some way, says be easy. Oh, what's that tower doing? Trebs coming in for bo0mstik on the castles of the Britons right now. 3 trebs up. Manaspa streaming in, trying to pick off some of these longbowmen. Longbowmen forced to pull back a little bit. Zaryab with a slightly larger army. bo0mstik with 140 villagers popped out right now. 70 villagers on gold. Trying to make as much Manaspa as he possibly can. But Original with the higher army numbers and just continuing to... No matter where these Manaspa run to, they're still in range of the longbowmen, and they're still getting picked off. So bo0mstik's going to take another raid at the front of the base of Zaryab to kill as many villagers on the gold as he can. I don't know if raiding gold with gold units is the most effective trade that you can have, though. Zaryab expanding west, getting some wood choppers for his Britons. We got some archery ranges on the west side of the base here for Zaryab. So let's see what he can do to handle that. I mean, these cav archers have been a nuisance so far this game for original. But now he's pushed back bo0mstik to a point where bo0mstik can't do a whole lot. He's just hiding behind his siege tower. bo0mstik relocating to the west side of the pit. 5 trebs ready to start pounding on one of these castles. Let's see if Zaryab can move over, if he's going to go ahead and just continue to push the east side of the pit. Trebs lining up for bo0mstik. bo0mstik going in for more villager kills. It's up to 70 eco KD. Holy moly, almost 80. Good thing Britons don't need a whole lot of food. Got to replace all those villagers. And I don't think Original is going to be able to get in front of this castle in time. And this castle is going down. Manaspa streaming in on the east part of the pit to engage with some of Original's army, but they're all going to go down. Trebs and army going to the bottom of the pit for bo0mstik. Not sure exactly what his plan is here. I think he's rotating to the other side again. And I think he's just going to continue to attack this front gold as long as it's exposed. I mean, the range for the longbows can always do damage, but the speed of the Manaspa and the cav archer are always going to be able to run up on these gold piles to clear all that. So almost 90 eco KD for bo0mstik over original. Both players around 60, 70-ish army, but bo0mstik sitting on 140 villagers still. Completely ditches the onager at this point. Doesn't get one shot by the longbowman. Just go on Manaspa and cav archer. Original doesn't really have anything to kill these trebs, so this another castle down. Got 3 castles left on his main fortification and can't really get to his front gold right here for original. Still waiting to use this siege tower. Just delete it, boom. Just delete it. What have we done? Or use it. Send it in there. Use it as a meat shield. Now onager come in, getting sniped down by the longbows. Let's see if onagers can get some volleys off and get a couple good shots. Manaspa running in as well. The longbowmen they don't want to deal with that Manaspa. They'll one-shot those onagers as long as they're in range, but they ain't dealing with the Manaspa. And the Britons, again, they're a great 1v1 civilization on a normal map, but on gold lakes where they don't really have powerful gold units, they just have their archers. I think you want a more powerful civ to take advantage of all the gold. Original has 3k gold in the bank, but doesn't have a whole lot to use it with. I mean, he can make some onagers right now, but I feel like, and he is pumping out onagers, but these Manaspa are all over his siege workshops. Doesn't have the siege workshops in a great position to at least get some breathing room before they pop out and spawn. bo0mstik only sitting on 30 army, even though he's got rams coming in, he's got Manaspa, just not quite enough to put away original yet. Both players under 1,000 on food. Zaryab really hurting on food, but probably is going to go straight longbows and onagers at this point. bo0mstik at 30 army. Original still at 80 army. Still at 200 pop right now. And got trebs of his own coming out right now looking for the pushback. Boomstick rotating his army around the other side of the pit, going for more villager kills, sitting on 125 eco kills now. Treb's going to knock on this front castle here for the Georgians, but not really taking away too much. Oh, the siege tower's moving. Would Cav help Brits right now? I don't know if the Cav would do very well against the Manaspa right now. I think you just keep going longbows and onager. I don't know what else you can make at this point. I mean, it's really just longbows, onager, Treb. Now Original's finally getting some payback for all the eco kills, sniping some of the villagers on the front gold for bo0mstik. And bo0mstik doesn't really have much of an answer for this front push right now. He's going to send in some Rams and some Manaspa, so that might be the answer. Not enough onagers here to stop the Rams for bo0mstik, and all these Trebs in this push is going to get stopped right in his tracks. Damn, those Trebs go down quick to the Manaspa. Manaspa still running around. What we got going on the west side? We got some Rams getting set up on the west side of this map now. Manaspa coming to the east side with not a whole lot to do. Original's still sitting on 80 army and still popped out right now, so not looking to resign anytime here soon, but definitely going to struggle against these Rams. I've seen Britain a few times on this map now, and I've played against them, and they're tough to kill. I'll give the Britons that. They're scrappy. They got heart, but I just don't think they got the oomph. Rams coming in from the west side of the base for bo0mstik on Original. Villagers getting in on the mix, trying to knock down some of these Rams. Treb getting spawned at the bottom of the pit. Onager's getting sniped by the Manaspa. Longbowman out of position, getting hit by the Manaspa. And some siege onagers coming in, trying to get some hits and get a GG shot off. Both players down to about 50 army. Down goes the town center. Castle about to go down for Zaryab. From the bottom of the pit. Hal back on the field for Zaryab. Finally made enough food to be able to get some Halb on the field to help deal with these Manaspa. Onager's going to try to get some shots on these Trebs. Zaryab's got... He's got almost 20 villagers on this castle right here trying to repair it. Ani's not going to be able to take out the Trebs, but the castle's going to stay up for now. Zaryab with plenty of stone to repair. And Zaryab back up to 80 army again. Almost 90. These Britons are cheap, so they're easy to replenish. bo0mstik continues to make moves, but just not enough for the knockout blow. And bo0mstik forced to retreat and regroup. Gold piles shrinking in the middle. Both players are forced to move more and more out to the middle. And I think that's going to be an advantage for the Georgians. I feel like bo0mstik's done a great job already getting 190 eco kill this game. Taking advantage of these exposed villagers. The Manaspa can just run sniper real quick and then run away. But Original slowly moving his forces to the east side of the pit. And at this point, it's going to be a problem of wood more for the Britons than it is gold. Zaryab already getting stretched to the west part of the map and can't get on the wood to replenish his longbow army. Wood over here mostly chopped down as well. We are officially in a wood game. And this is not a great situation for the Britons. bo0mstik going to be able to continue to pump out Manaspa. with golden food. And he still has tons of lumber back here, but for the most part, this is all Zaryab has right here. If bo0mstik can come in and take that away, that's going to be a problem. So the fight's going to go away from the pit. It's going to migrate over here towards the west part of the map. bo0mstik sitting on 60 army. Original sitting on 150 army right now, so decreased a lot of his villagers, or bo0mstik killed him and decided to replace it with army. bo0mstik trying to fight with the Menace, but just doesn't have the numbers right now. Too many longbow to be able to snipe him down. bo0mstik going back to the main front push. So I was wrong. The fight's not going to go west. It's going to stay here in the middle, but I don't know. I think just don't think bo0mstik quite has enough here yet to make this middle push. I think you got to deny the wood. Both players kind of hurting on wood, but bo0mstik has more wood choppers right now. I think food's more of an issue here for bo0mstik. I mean, he's got 40 farmers, but just can't get enough food to produce enough Manaspa to really take out these armies. bo0mstik going to attack the siege workshops, take the onagers off the field. And wave after wave after wave of bo0mstik attacks come. But Original and the Britons continue to beat them back. Ooh, massive Ani shot. Manish on the beach, shabang. Siege Onagers now getting sniped from the longbowmen after the great shot they had on the Britons Onagers. And bo0mstik just can't get an angle. He's got these rams, but they're just going to continue to get picked apart by these longbowmen as long as they're hanging out here. So much range from the Britons. You either have to move forward or get completely out of the way, or else they're going to keep picking you apart as you retreat. bo0mstik deciding to shift his army to the other side again. Castle trying to go up on the west side of the hill for Zaryab. All these forces and all these trebs over here, not sure exactly how bo0mstik's going to defend if he decides to move his army up. Zaryab moves his army as well. bo0mstik all over this castle expansion. Does not want to see castle on this other gold. Manaspa get in on the villagers. And castle is denied for the moment. Enough champions here to scare away the Manaspa running out. And we're still in this stalemate. Neither player can put the other one away. Who's going to win? Who's going to persevere? bo0mstik with the Georgians or Original with the Britons? Big fight on the west side of the pit. Castle goes up and immediately starts getting trebbed by bo0mstik. Too many champions, too much longbows. An aggressive castle for bo0mstik comes up. Treb goes down, but Rams coming in right behind this Manaspa. And bo0mstik trying to do what he can to dodge these arrows for the longbowmen. Just as soon as bo0mstik's castle goes up, Zaryab's ready with the trebs to knock it right back down. 7 trebs ready to start pounding. bo0mstik's still sitting on a good army, about 80. Original sitting on 100. Down to just about 70 vills with the Britons. Don't need a huge eco with the Britons. And bo0mstik's pretty much dictating where the fights go. He keeps trying to rotate to see which side's going to be better for him. Manaspa coming to raid in the back. And no villagers on this wood line here. So the only wood that Zaryab's getting right now is on this side of the map. Wood choppers immediately come back. Rams starting to come in for the Georgians. Farmer's getting killed by the Manaspa. 275 eco kills now for bo0mstik. That is the story. See John just stream in, see if they can get some shots. Rams starting to knock on the castle, but just not enough Rams. Excellent cleanup here. Not taking out all the champions for bo0mstik. Manaspa run in on the longbows. Oh, they're in the body. They're getting good shots. Here comes the onagers to try to get a finisher. But the onager gets sniped by the longbows. Rams, finally enough Rams to take down the castle in the east. Original down to 60 army. Reinforcements streaming in for the bo0mstik. Rams up into the body of the castle. Original running low on longbowman. This is feeling like the end of it. This might be the knockout punch to give the first game to bo0mstik. Front castle going down. Original out of resources. Castle goes down for original. And the GG is called. bo0mstik with the win on the Golden Lakes with the Georgians. So bo0mstik gets a point. See, Golden Lakes we played. Britons, you lost. And Georgians, you won. All right, so Georgians beat the Britons in game 1. And thank you, Legend, for the subscription. Appreciate that. Definitely gift those out to other people. I don't know what advantages people get for subs, but appreciate the sub. I guess no ads. You have to watch when everything's going on. All right, and so I don't know how to check which map for the next one, but oh well. We're just going to get into it. And so let's go casting bo0mstik with the game 1 victory. And let's get into game 2. Legend, you're the man. We're going to spectate with Capture Age. Game 2 looks like it's going to be on Sir Tao. And let's change the overlay to the full screen. Capture Age loading up. And we are on Sir Tao. And we got the Bengalis versus the Chinese. Holy moly. Did not expect the Chinese. I expected the Chinese more on one of the water maps. Didn't they have a water map in there? Oh, but bo0mstik in the blue with the Bengalis. Original in the red with the Chinese. This is Tarnished Deathmatch Division 2. bo0mstik leads the series 1-0, winning with the Georgians against the Britons on Golden Lakes. I liked bo0mstik's Civilization better in the last map, and I like it better on this one as well. I made the mistake of playing Chinese on Savannah and got rolled. Chinese just not that strong of a land civ. And the Elephant Archers immediately start rolling in for the Bengalis. We got Elephant Archers and Champ. neglects to go elephants, probably because he knew he was just going to run into a bunch of halves and fire lancers for the Chinese. And so bo0mstik with the early advantage to the push to the middle. Both players still building up their armies right now. Original elects to go Scorpion. Probably a good move if you're going to face a bunch of elephants or elephant archers. So let's see how many Scorpions Original can get on the field. Both players fighting over the middle right now. I guess bo0mstik trusts these elephant archers, so they're just posted up like a mailbox. China needs Paladin, Siege Onagers, and Slav bonus. Yeah. Chinese are going to struggle on this map, in my opinion. I love the Chukunu. I love getting the Chukunu and Siege Ram, just buzzsaw going for the Chinese. But as soon as you start running into Onagers, that shuts it down immediately. I imagine a lot of rocket carts and Scorpions for Original. Already has skirmishers on the field to deal with these elephant archers. I mean, if you're just going to see elephant archer, you might as well start going skirm right away. But these onagers are going to help deal with the skirmishers for the Bengalis. Both players putting up aggressive castles right now. I guess more of it's closer to Original side of the base, so he needs this castle over here on the east part of his base. bo0mstik with a slight army advantage and more power units with these elephant archers. These skirms are pretty easy to make for the Chinese and pretty cheap. Castle a little bit too forward, already getting trebbed down by Zaryab. And that is a mass of 61 elephant archers right now. Need more rocket carts, need more siege for the Chinese to take out this elephant archer mass. Need more siege. Now bo0mstik decides to make some stables and get some elephants coming out. He doesn't see too many halves on the field. Yeah, I guess we're going to see skirm. You might as well bring the elephants out to deal with that. Onagers moving forward to help deal with some of these skirm and Chukunu. Treb's knocking down the front castle of Zaryab's base. We got some elephant rams. Siege elephant, I guess. I call them elephant rams. Why not? bo0mstik continues to regather his massive 55 elephant archers. That's a bunch of skirms and a bunch of Chukunu out here. Battle elephants begin to move forward for the Bengalis. Castle down for Zaryab. And this Bengali army is just too strong, inching its way further, closer and closer to Zaryab's base. Zaryab's got nothing to stop these Trebs from knocking down his castle. No villagers repairing on it. Oh no. bo0mstik in clear control of game 2 with these Bengalis. Oh no. Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. Another castle goes down for Original. Aggressive castle coming in for bo0mstik. bo0mstik with some aggressive castles this game. He's feeling good about the Bengalis. He's feeling fantastic about him. So you know what? I'm just going to move forward. Zaryab doing what he can to try to repair the castle on the east, but Original is sitting on 30 army right now. Not a whole lot to push back this push, to beat back this push that is knocking on his front door. Another aggressive forward castle by bo0mstik. He says, screw my eco. You ain't raiding me with the Chinese. You got no mobility. You just got a bunch of skirms trying to take down my elephant archers. Both players low on gold. bo0mstik getting low on food. Original is out of wood with no wood choppers. Not sure how he's going to be able to make an army with Chinese. They need wood for everything. They need wood for their seeds. They need wood for their unique unit. They need wood for everything. They need wood for skirms. 50 army to 40 army in favor of bo0mstik. But bo0mstik only sitting on 40 vills. Decided to not eco behind this and kept moving villagers forward. Now both front castles for bo0mstik go down. And now his push has stalled out. Still sitting on more army, but original has twice as many villagers at this point. I don't know if the extended villager count is going to help original, just because the army composition for the Bengalis is so strong compared to the matchup for the Chinese. But original with the eco advantage. Much more spread out. bo0mstik finally getting set up, finally getting some farms down. He's got 18 on farms. Still didn't build out the rest of his stables over here. Did take this front gold. Team needs to expand to this stone. Needs to expand to this gold over here. Elephant archers going to the east side of the base. And we got a bunch of rams and a bunch of elite chukunu. Gonna try to deal with this elephant army archer. And bo0mstik's gonna try to run away. Run, run, run! Original gonna build a castle to expand to the east. And dang, bo0mstik looked like he was taking it. But now has nothing behind. No eco behind to push. Now he's up to 70 vills. Original popped out. bo0mstik sitting on 120 population. It's only 155 housing cap. bo0mstik needs to get his army numbers up and eco numbers up. Full pop Chinese are decided to move forward, and there ain't a whole lot in the way here. He can really just go right into bo0mstik's base. bo0mstik electing to stay on the east side of original's base, but original going straight down the middle. He says, screw all this. We ain't playing no cute games. We're going to destroy the front part of your base. Onager's getting killed by the fire lancers in the east part. Nowhere to protect. Chukunu come over to snipe the Trebs on a bo0mstik's push. And are the Chinese making a comeback against the Bengalis here on Sertao? bo0mstik housed at 135. bo0mstik, you forgot to eco and build out your base. What happened? bo0mstik losing the castle, losing the front part of his base. Army numbers equaling out though, and just too powerful of a composition for the Bengalis for original to be able to sustain this push, but does get some great damage, knocking out all the production buildings for bo0mstik, and gets a castle. Almost knocks down a TC. And army numbers are pretty even. More power units for bo0mstik though. bo0mstik's got to rebuild here. Tons of farms in the back now. Not a whole lot of gold. Or miners on gold. Still hasn't taken this gold yet. And not a lot of army for original anymore. I mean, once they engage with these elephant archers, the elephant archers can take out a lot of units for the Chinese not being as strong. But the Chinese are cheaper and we'll be able to re-up on their army faster. So, do you go with cheap or do you go with power? Chukunu gonna snipe down these Anis. Anis not in enough numbers right here to really do damage against the Chukunu. Ram streams in, but not gonna be quite enough. Onager's getting some shots. Original sitting on 150 villagers now. Probably too much. Probably needs to delete so we can get a bigger army numbers to be able to handle these Bengali army. bo0mstik finally got his eco where he needs to be with 100 villagers. Probably needs more on gold though. bo0mstik out of gold. Only 12 miners. Doesn't have this gold. Doesn't have this gold. And we are in somewhat of a stalemate. bo0mstik does Expand to the east and gets this gold. This might be worth fighting over if Zaryab can get position. He sends his Treb that way. And bo0mstik moving forward aggressively to get the stone pile. I don't think he saw the castle that was right there. He's about to find out. More Trebs moving into place for original to knock down the castle in the east. And bo0mstik with a Treb of his own starts to repair the castle. More Rams streaming in for original, but not a whole lot of army to go with it. So they're just going to get sniped down. Treb goes down for bo0mstik, and bo0mstik still has a couple hundred stone here, so he'll be able to repair this castle for a little bit until his villagers get killed, of course. And both players low on gold. Original has 0 gold miners right now. Got 70 on wood and 0 gold miners. Light cav raid in the back here. I don't know where he can go for gold. He's going to go all the way out to the west over here. bo0mstik finally taking the gold over on the west part of his base. Elephant Archer's getting deep underneath the castles. Trying to snipe these Trebs for Zaryab. Zaryab repairs the Treb. And more army with some rocket carts coming in on these Elephant Archers. Decides that bo0mstik's going to go ahead and lose this castle. And so unprotected villas. So here's where the next fight's going to be. Unprotected villas in the west for both bo0mstik and Zaryab. bo0mstik decides to retreat with his Elephant Archers here. bo0mstik only down to 25 army right now. Original sitting on 70. Original in both games elects to go with the cheaper civs that rely more on wood and archers. bo0mstik going with the more expensive civilizations than the Bengalis and the Georgians. bo0mstik rebuilt some production, but it's going to go right back down. With not a whole lot of units, they're going to be able to kill these Trebs and Rams coming in for the Chinese. Both players are just exposed over here on the east side of the map. Oh, we got Chukunu and we got 100 Vil kills for original. So he's getting the payback this game after Zaryab lost so many, or bo0mstik got killed so many villagers last game. Original's getting some payback this game. So tons of eco going down for bo0mstik. Is constructing a castle on this western gold pile, so that's huge. But isn't going to take away this. Not enough army. Only 30 army on the field dealing with this main push up front. Original's got some Trebs out, but nothing to protect them, so these champions are going to knock down these Trebs. Trying to run his army over here as quick as he can, but not quite enough. And these Chukunu in the back, just no castles in the back. bo0mstik now thinking about his earlier move of having all those castles forward instead of putting them on his eco. And so he was slow to get eco and slow to protect it. And now he has nobody really farming right now for him. He's got farmers, but they're all kind of getting garrisoned here from this elite Chukunu raid. So the Trebs ended up going down for Zaryab, but still has his army out in front. Original has 26 on gold now, so he is getting his gold numbers back up. And building a base on the west part of the map to try to take away the gold for bo0mstik on that gold pile that he has up there. So both players struggling on resources, but Original looking a lot better right now. He's got more bills, 120. He's got 200 pop. bo0mstik's only at 100 pop. bo0mstik looks like he's in a rough spot right now. If Original can get some Rams or some Trebs coming on right here. Here come the Rata raids on the gold pile for Original. And bo0mstik with the aggressive castle on the gold pile. That can be a huge gold pile to make a huge difference in this game if bo0mstik's able to secure that. Front push for Original gets beaten back. And really, if Original can just push this castle and get into the eco here of bo0mstik. That might be game, set, match. But now gold is denied for original. Great move by bo0mstik getting up a quick castle here in the west. And I can't really call it either way at this point. What do we think? What do we think? Skirms coming in to deal with the elephant archers of the Bengalis. Chukunu in strong numbers. See if they can get some snipes on these onagers. Onagers go down for the Bengalis. Original sitting on 93 army. bo0mstik only on 30. Trebs coming in. Rams coming in to knock down this front castle. bo0mstik does not have the army to deal with it. He's got more people on gold, but no gold in the bank. Could this be the end of game 2 with original evening this series? Castle goes down for bo0mstik, getting into the food eco for the Bengalis. And bo0mstik just not enough army to stop this push. Gonna knock down the monastery. Out comes the relics. And where is the gold for bo0mstik? He's got the gold over here, just can't get enough to replenish these elephant archer numbers. And the cheap army for the Chinese continue to stream in. Fire lancers come in to snipe some of these onagers. Castle forward for original. And bo0mstik down to 10 army. I don't think he's got enough. And original calls it. Or bo0mstik calls it. The GG and original takes game number 2. Excellent perseverance by original. I was wrong. I thought the Chinese would struggle, and they did struggle initially, but I think bo0mstik's lack of eco at the beginning really prevented him from being able to replenish his army and was never quite able to get the advantage on Zaryab again. And so, original with the equalizer. All right, so Chinese with the win on Sertao. What do you know? And the Bengalis with the loss. And so I'm not sure what's going to be for game 3. Again, these are just the game recs of bo0mstik and original Division 2 Tarnished Deathmatch. And so we're just getting into it and seeing what they are. So no time to guess. We're just going to see what happens. Alright, next map is going to be Akerai. And we'll wait for capture age to load. And we have the Cumans in the red with original versus the Bulgarians in the blue for bo0mstik. So I've not seen original play this map yet. Looks like he does know about the castle tricks and already moving forward. bo0mstik claims both castles. He'll move forward. And I'm expecting a huge rush out of the Cumans here. Stables up. Lancers on their way. bo0mstik electing to go with the clump right off the bat. Ain't dealing with these tricks from the Cumans at all. And now the Cumans are going to circle the base and try to poke around and see if they can break down one of the building foundations. bo0mstik has some conics up here in the castle area. They're just stuck in the castle area still. Time to bring them down and join the fight to help deal with some of these step lancers. Castle is getting built by bo0mstik, so it looks like he's going to survive the initial rush. But this siege workshop is getting damaged. Lancers are going to continue to strike on the siege workshop. Castle is up. And the Lancers are into the body of the base, but quickly decide to run out. And the Conic make their way down the hill. And already a front castle for Original, trying to take control on the other side of the stream. And he's got docks out as well. Original all over it on this map. But tons of Conic on the field due to the 2 starting castles on Acre is going to make his life much easier for bo0mstik to help beat back this initial army. We got 94 army for the Cumans, only 40 for the Bulgarians. Trying to get some good onager shots on these Lancers, and does push back the Lancers for now. Front castle is making its way up and does get up before bo0mstik can get his front castle up. So aggressive castle on the front of bo0mstik's base. Not going to be able to access his front gold. Oh, and we need to check the overlay. Derp. Thank you, Pasta. I knew I was going to screw that up sooner or later. My bad. And Conic's going to got kip checks on the field now for the Cumans. Treb's coming out for the Cumans. And we'll see if these Cumans can get this early rush and capitalize on the early map control. Still got some Trebs stuck in the back of his base. Tons of onager moving forward for the Bulgarians now. But they're going to be in range of this castle. I mean, Original One was such an aggressive castle that he was able to protect his Trebs from this early push. So not a whole lot bo0mstik can do with this initial. I think he's just going to lose his front castle and not going to be able to have access to his front gold. He does have his own Trebs out. So castle goes down for bo0mstik. Castle goes down for Original. bo0mstik trying to get a crate post up here up front, but already in range of the Trebs, so that goes down. Other military buildings, again, already in range of the Cumans, but the siege onagers are moving forward. Going to knock down one Treb and going to knock down the rest of these Trebs with the aim. Shoot, onager, shoot. All right, and getting pushed back right now. bo0mstik with a lot more powerful army with all the onagers on the field. Got Halbs to deal with these paladins and these lancers, and got the Conics just to wreck shit. Good onager shots on the paladins. Halbs and Conics sweep in to keep the onagers protected. And here comes the slow push for the Bulgarians. This is a nasty army that bo0mstik's got. 118 army to 100. bo0mstik's got to remember to eco this game. Only 15 villagers. Original already up to 40. And we got raids going on. Oh, this is why bo0mstik can't eco. We got Lancers in the back of the base. And there is no expansion. So bo0mstik's got almost no access to any of his resources. Can't get to the wood and gold in the back. Finally gets his front gold with the TC there. And bo0mstik not taking any of his army back. Just going to continue with this forward push. Says, forget about these Lancers and my eco in the back. Oh, no. So he does get the villagers back out here on the town center. Conic's kind of out of position. Don't know exactly where they're going. I guess they're going to go get some raids of their own in. Siege Ram comes in for the Bulgarians. Castle goes down. Nope. Conic's come back. Going to stay in the main fight. Now Zaryab's trying to raid this castle. I don't think that's going to do anything. bo0mstik taking a heavy advantage here in game number 3. Another castle getting Treb down before it even goes up for Original. And Original is about to get pushed off his main gold pile now. "36 Lancers, 12 Paladin, 19 Kipchak." Original has 90 army right now, so he doesn't have a terrible army. It's just that all these siege onager and 135 army from bo0mstik is nasty to deal with. Ram's still coming in. Treb's still coming in. Boomstick's going to try to knock down the northern castle for original and the Cumans. All right. Boomstick finally getting some expansion here. Got some Cray post up in the back. Boomstick down to about 10 onagers right now, which is still a good number. And still a bunch of rams. Still sitting on 8 rams right now. We got some little raids going on in the back here. Hussar already coming out. And Cumans just don't got a whole lot to deal with this right now. Boomstick in firm control. 80 army for Zaryab right now. Gonna come in and try to get some snipes. Just Boomstick, we're all over it. They got the halbs ready. Got the attack ground for the onagers. Original trying to get another castle up, but I got a feeling this one's going to go right down. And pushed off his main gold. Doesn't have a whole lot of gold to go to. He's got this gold here. He's got another gold he's going to expand to. Got one more gold over here. That's about all that he has access to. There's one right there. I think Boomstick can take this one away whenever he wants to. Down goes another castle for the Cumans. Everybody stay tuned. After I'm done casting the Rex for this, I'm going to do Hazi and Maldahar at 19 GMT coming up in about an hour here. Hopefully this set is done within the next hour. Conic moving forward to snipe some of the Siege Onager for the Cumans. Original is popped out at 135, losing most of his base. And this seems almost all but done here for Original. You got to come in and make a move and try to attack and do something. Just even at this desperate moment, Kill still can't go full send with these Lancers right here. Too many halbs to clean it up. Trying to expand to this gold here down west, southwest. And Zaryab's holding on to this one gold pile back here. He's got 11 on gold. He still has 1,600 in the bank. Boomstick lower on gold, but more gold miners. Boomstick getting low on food, but just now starts getting his farmers up. And Boomstick pretty much is able to mass up this main push, and Original has not been able to stop it yet. Another castle tries to go up, and Boomstick starts trebbing it again before it goes up. Conic trying to get some attacks here on the main army of Zaryab, but those Conic are going to go down. Boomstick moves forward to take the front gold of Zaryab, and oh man, when someone takes your front gold in a 1v1, that's GG. That's GG. Alright, Boomstick with the excellent play with the Bulgarians on Akai over Originals. Cumans taking a 2-1 set lead. Alright, let's get moving. We got... let's see. Let's try not to forget this time. Alright, so Boomstick wins game number 2. He wins with the Bulgarians. Both Berbers have yet to be picked yet. And the Cumans go down for Zaryab. And so Akai has been played. And Sertal's been played. So we got Savannah and Watershed left. I thought Zaryab would save the Chinese for Watershed. But I guess he didn't. And he won with them. So it doesn't really matter. But let's go ahead and check out what this next game is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be on Watershed or Savannah. We'll just have to see when we get into the rec. So game 4. We are on Savannah. And we will get capture age loaded. And I'll remember to switch the scene back over. Capture age loading up. We are game 4. Original versus Boomstick Division 2 Tarnished Deathmatch League. And we have the Khmer versus the Berbers on Savannah. Ooh. Alright, so Khmer known for having their heavy elephants and their heavy scorpions. Berbers known for their camels and camel archers and cheap camels and mobility. I thought maybe you would save the Berbers for Watershed since they got a good navy, but I likes to go with them on Savannah. Berbers are good on pretty much every map, but I think head-to-head, Berbers are going to struggle with the elephant and scorpion army that the Khmer are going to produce. Let's see if the Berbers can get a good rush down. I hope to slow the expansion for the Khmer. 1 eco kill for the Khmer. Getting a Vil pick. And we already have another elephant getting into the back of the base. Looking for more Vil picks. But bo0mstik does a good job of quick walling and getting his camels over here to stop that. Camels streaming in for the Berbers. See if they can get some Vil picks. Down goes the villager for original. More camels are streaming in. Scorpions are already out for the Khmer, shooting double bolts. But their Civ bonus. Another villager goes down. Another villager goes down for Zaryab. And original doing what he can to get this front castle up. Camels streaming in all over the place, but we got some elephants in the back of bo0mstik's base as well. Not really noticing, and gonna lose villagers on his castle as well. Oh, Zaryab up to 7 Vil kills. So bo0mstik needed the early map advantage to try to win this matchup against the Khmer, but it looks like original with the sneaky plays getting the elephants in the back of the base and still has an elephant streaming around over here. bo0mstik's trying to do what he can at this point. I mean, it's pretty much tied. It's 8-7 with Vil kills, so they both try to go aggressive on each other. Great play by Original going aggression back, trying to even it out, knowing that the Berbers are going to come full tilt, trying to slow down this army. And now Original's sitting on a 60 army with the Khmer. He's got the Scorpions and the Elephants ready. I don't know what bo0mstik is going to do about this army. These Elephants are going to eat up these Camels. And does bo0mstik go heavy Scorpion at this point? I don't know if that works with the Scorpions from the Khmer. bo0mstik might be cooked on this one. Let's be honest. Look at this choke point, though, on Savannah. What a map generation. And bo0mstik taking full advantage of that. 2 siege workshops and a castle to protect. And so Rams aren't going to quite cut it with the onagers behind. And so we got Trebs coming out from the Khmer now. Raids into the side of the base for the Berbers on the Khmer. Trying to get some more eco kills. We're up to 8-8. And so the main gold for Original is stymied as for the moment. Bunch of camels to the east side of Original's base. Original says, screw it. If I can't go through, I'm just going to go around. Bunch of choke points on this Savannah map around bo0mstik's base. Interesting map generation. So bo0mstik's fortified up here with another siege tower. Let's see, 2 Trebs, that's about it, protecting. Most of the army over here for Zaryab. Both Trebs going to go down to the Camels, and then the Camels are going to get on top of the Scorpions. And I think that Scorpion mass is going to go down. Huge opportunity for bo0mstik to equalize the balance here. Excellent move by bo0mstik. Original went away with all of his elephants, and then they weren't there to protect his Scorpions. Oh, no. And now bo0mstik's got his onagers out, ready to knock on the front door of Zaryab. Boomstick with an aggressive castle to the east over here. Now the elephants are back in play, but with no scorpions behind. And Original is out of gold. He can't replace that scorpion army. Now the elephants coming downhill on the camels. Not much the camels can do other than just suck it up and fight. Onager's trying to get some good shots on the elephants. Onager's doing an excellent job sniping out some of these elephants. Not a whole lot of Camel Archer on the field for Boomstick. Probably a good move knowing that Camel Archer doesn't really match up against either the elephants or the scorpions too well. But even though Boomstick had a larger mass of an army, this Camel army is just too strong. And now no Onagers in the way. The Rams are going to get up onto the castle. Both players sitting in about 35-40 army. Trebs rolling in for the Khmer, going to be able to knock down this front castle. We got some random troops over the map here. Elephant's still chilling over here. Yeah, now Boomstick doesn't have anything for this. So Boomstick made a great move killing all the scorpions, but the Khmer army is just too much of a mismatch for the Berbers. Down goes the front castle. Down goes the front siege workshops. The gates of hell have opened. Now will Original step through. Original puts down a town center to get this front gold. Got Trebs on the side here to knock down this eastern castle. Boomstick with a lot more eco this round. Excellent job building out his base and getting town centers everywhere. Bombard Cannon trying to snipe some of these scorpions. Now we see tons of Camel Archer on the field, and maybe a large enough Camel Archer mass will deal with these elephants, or nah, maybe not. These elephants are just going to push. Now the elephants are getting into the Bombard Cannons. Oh no, Bombard Cannons going down to the elephants. Oh no. Trebs lining up to knock down this castle for Boomstick and pushing them off the gold. Castle goes down for Boomstick. Army numbers dwindling. Original's army numbers growing. The push continues to chug along. Chugga 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 chugga. Hussar on the field for the Berbers. The cheap Hussar. It's tough to deal with the cheap Hussar spam. And so if he can get enough Hussar on the field and get in front of these Camel Archers, Scorpions get sniped down again. I think Boomstick might be able to push this back. Not a whole lot more elephants on the field for Zaryab. Only 10. A lot of them wounded. Still 27 Camel Archers for the Berbers. But we got Rams on this castle on the south side of Boomstick's base, and ain't nothing to take them out. Hussar trying to stream over to deal with it. Villagers coming to stream over to repair the castle. Trebs behind the Rams, not firing. Guess they're not in range. And Zaryab just building up another wave to send in 3,000 gold in the bank for the Khmer. And the Berbers are in trouble. Zaryab pulls his Trebs back, regroups his army a little bit. Got tons of gold. So tons more Scorpions, tons more elephants going to be coming in. I don't know what the Berbers can do. Tons of army over here for Boomstick. Not sure exactly what he's doing with that. Looks like it's part of the tree line. Way far away town center over here. Scorpions fighting the Camel Archers. I guess I would go with the Scorpions. bo0mstik decides to pull back. Doesn't want to lose too much. And Original just rallying up for his big push to end it. Begins to send. Now he's got some halbs on the field to deal with these Hussar. Elephant's just going to push into the Camel Archers. bo0mstik trying to put up another castle where he just lost one. And Original's going to spot that immediately and immediately start trebbing it down. Hussar trying to stream in to snipe some of these Trebs and some of these Scorpions, but just not in enough numbers. bo0mstik only has 40 army right now. And he's trying to produce, but he has 50 farmers, only sitting on 500 wood. He's got tons of gold now too, but needs food units. Needs way more Hussar than that. Just can't get the numbers going. Original popped out at 195 right now. bo0mstik sitting on 150 population. And Original's going to continue to push into bo0mstik's base. I mean, he's going to be able to make elephants and scorpions for days as long as he gets the wood and food going. He does. 130 vills for Zaryab. Only 90 now for bo0mstik. 40 army, sitting on 120 pop. Not looking great for our boy Boomy. Another castle goes down for bo0mstik. Brings in some camels from the side to try to snipe these Trebs to stop this push. So the Treb push is going to stop, but I got a feeling these elephants are just going to be able to roam around everywhere and get right into bo0mstik's farming eco. I mean, I don't know what bo0mstik's going to be able to do to stop all these elephants now. All the eco is exposed. This castle's just not going to do enough. Not in a great position. And Original's going to be able to run in. Not sure exactly what bo0mstik's holding on to at this point. I think the GG's coming any moment now. bo0mstik down to 20 army. No food. No wood. It's only a matter of time. 80 pop for bo0mstik now. Not enough resources to replenish. Trying to do what he can to expand here behind his castle. But 20 army. Not enough. And here comes another push from Original with the Gamer Elephants. And the GG is called. After seeing that next wave of elephants, realizing he ain't get nothing from that. So ties the series at 2. We got a game 5, y'all. So Original ties it up. Game 5 on Watershed, of all places. And so Kamer get the win. Berbers get the loss. So on Watershed, I'm almost positive bo0mstik's going to go Jurchens because they got good Navy as well. And they're just a good overall civ. And yeah, Zaryab saving the Berbers for Watershed because they're going to do good Navy too. That's my guess. All right, let's get into it. Game 5. Zaryab and bo0mstik on Watershed. Capture age loading up. And we are on Game 5, the decider match between bo0mstik and Original, Division 2 matchup for the Tarnished Deathmatch League. Original is in the red as the Berbers, and bo0mstik in the blue as the Jerchins. Let's see if Original can get an early Vil snipe. Halb already out. Oh, and this Vil's going. Where's the Vil going? Nah, goes down. And bo0mstik fighting with his scout on one of the camels. So quick to the docks already for Original. Berbers out with the Carricks. Still waiting for Luchuan's first for the Jerchins. So Zaryab coming in with the camel, trying to get some Vil picks on these dock builders. And Carrick's already taking advantage, trying to get up on top of these docks here for the Berbers. Luchuan versus Carrick. Who wins? Oh, Carricks get hit pretty hard by the Luchuans, actually. Galleons now coming in for the Berbers. Watershed. There's this big amount of water here in the middle. And the land connects to the northeast side of the map. So both players going heavy on water to start out. Berbers able to produce faster, it seems like. So demos streaming in, trying to get some shots here on the Luchuans. But the Luchuans snipe down the demos pretty quick. Bunch of galleons out for the Berbers. Going to try to take down the front docks here for the Jerchins. Nothing happening on the land right now. Everything's on the water. 70 army to 40 right now for the Berbers. Original taking the Game 5 advantage to start. And Jerchins are in some trouble getting pushed back into their base. Luchuan's up on the hill. Tough to deal with, though. Antifa, hello. We got bo0mstik versus Original. Tarnished Deathmatch 7. Division 2. We got some raids coming around the backside of the base as well. And Original taking an early jump here in Game 5 for the decider match. Trying to make it a quick one. Castle goes up for the Jerchins, but there's a whole bunch of camels streaming in here for the Berbers. Navy getting up close and personal, but Original doesn't have the siege to take down these castles. So bo0mstik's going to be able to fortify up. But already fallen a little bit behind. Rocket carts come out to help deal with some of this Navy here. Bombard cannons as well. bo0mstik making every unit on the tech tree. What are these things called? The Iron Pagoda. Iron Pagoda hit the field. 70 army to 50 or 60 army in the favor of Original. Ooh, more and more Navy go down. Oh no. And Original just needs some siege right now to take down these castles. We got cannon galleons coming in, sniping these front castles. We got bombard cannons trying to take shots on these ships, but not quite having any luck just yet. Galleons getting a little close to this castle fire here. Iron Pagoda able to come in and snipe some of these galleons. Yeah, I gotta pull those back. Castle goes down for bo0mstik, and Original getting a nice land mass going right here as well, and a castle on this stone and gold. It's a huge castle. bo0mstik finally able to get his town center up here in the north after getting raided early from Original. Land army now taking an engagement, and it's just Halbs pretty much for bo0mstik at this point, having to invest most in the Navy. Demo's streaming up the hill, just can't quite. Ooh, does get a good shot on the Luchuans. Excellent demo work here from our boy Original, sitting on 80 army. bo0mstik sitting on only 30 army right now, and has yet to expand to the southwest part of the map, because we got camels streaming in all over. We got a couple docks down here, but Original's got a castle down here. He's pushing hard. We got some trebs coming out from the Berbers now. Luchuan's doing work on these camel archers, though. I don't know if I'd keep these camel archers too close to these Luchuan. Hussar streaming in, trying to deal. The Luchuan on the hill is tough, but the cannon galleons are going to take down another castle for bo0mstik. bo0mstik's hurting. 16 army. Nowhere to expand. He's got some villas here, but these camels are still running around. bo0mstik's just done got a bunch of a base. Treb's taking the wide angle over here with no lamb army from Boom to be able to deal with them. So this castle is going to go down as well. And game 5, firmly in control of the Berbers with Original, a.k.a. Zaryab. Let's see if bo0mstik can muster up some more. He's still got 1,000 gold in the bank. He's out of wood, though. And so I feel like he's going to make siege to deal with all of this. And he's had to make a navy to deal with Zaryab's navy, which kind of has more even numbers now. He's got 10 Luchuans. Zaryab doesn't really have much of a navy at this point anymore, focusing mostly on the land. And Zaryab's going to be able to almost run right in here. I mean, bo0mstik has this part protected, but there ain't nothing over here. Another town center goes down for bo0mstik at a time where he really can't afford to. Even though Original has the advantage here, they're both similar in villager count. bo0mstik with the twice as large army. And much more expansion. bo0mstik finally gets a town center going on down here, but not producing out of it yet. Now the Hussar spam rolling in for the Berbers. bo0mstik trying to get a castle up here to protect his wood line. Decides to go against that one and move one back towards where the stone in the wood's at. Oh no, just go garrison inside of the town center. Save more of its villagers so it doesn't lose anymore. Original sitting on 19 eco kills. This is looking tough for our boy Boomy. This is looking tough for our boy bo0mstik. Cannon galleons in. Oh, so cannon galleons in the. Oh, this is over. Another castle goes down. It's only a matter of time now before bo0mstik calls it. Trying to expand. It's game 5. I guess you got to fight to the last tooth and bone here. bo0mstik trying to expand west and south. Just too much from the Berbers here. Trying to treb down these trebs with too much Hussar in there. Hussar just flooding in. Another castle goes down for bo0mstik. Sitting on 5 army. You got 5 halbs right here. Damaged halbs as well. bo0mstik trying to relocate to get a castle up here, but that gets denied as well. Some demos, and that is the GG with Original taking the decider game 5 for the dub. Excellent set here in Division 2. Close fought set. Both players played extremely well, but Original just able to edge him out there in the last game with the Berbers, able to get the early initial advantage on water. and snowball from there. So Berbers go down. Oh, Berbers get the win here for Zaryab. And the Jerchins go down for bo0mstik. So excellent match. Congrats to both players for a hard-fought set. We're going to be casting Hazy versus Moudhar here at 19 GMT. So in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break for right now. And I'll be back here in about 20 minutes.